Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and we're doing another radio unboxing. This is the new Pioneer NEX 1300 NEX edition. This one specifically has CarPlay, which makes it super popular. It's new this year. We're going to go ahead and get this box pulled apart so we can show you all the accessories that it comes with, and actually get it also hooked up on the test bench to show you the CarPlay and some of the system settings as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this box pulled apart and go from there. We would like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Sonic Electronics, so check them out for great deals on speakers, head units, amps, subs, wiring, etc. Use discount code ProvoBeast for an instant 5% off your next purchase during checkout. All right. So as we open this up for the first time, first things on the top, we have our Bluetooth microphone, mounting hardware, main Pioneer wiring harness, and a USB extension wire. Now we have our limited warranty information and our manuals. Now we have a few here, as it looks like. We open this little flap, and there's our main radio. Alright, so we got our main radio pulled apart here. Now, Pioneer's used this chassis design for quite some time now. This looks very similar to previous units in the past, except for the button layout's just a little bit different on this one. But standard doubled in size. Also, the back panel is super similar. Now, here on the front, we have our main button, or our home button and power button, volume up and down. We got our main reset here. We also have our back button display and our microphone. So if we want to go ahead and activate Siri, because this is a CarPlay enabled unit, and that's the way we do so. Now, the nice thing about this unit, different than previous ones with CarPlay, for this price, this does come with a CD slot for those that still love your CDs and DVDs. That is still a function retained on this unit. Now, flipping it around here on the back, we have lots of inputs, different from the Sony unboxing, which we've done previously on this channel. Essentially, this is your AM and FM. We have above that this brown USB. This is your back camera input. Now we have this yellow input harness area in case you want to do an add-on feature like factory navigation. That will only work if you buy the separate module, and that's typically where they do plug into. Now you have here different video inputs and outputs. We have an output in case you have headrest monitors or a flip down DVD screen, you can use that. And we have our input, which is for generally another video source. Now we also have two RC inputs as well. So typically your composite inputs are centered right here. Now we have three sets of 4-volt pre-outs, a front, rear, and sub, which is super nice in case you have external amplifiers. Main fan. On the left-hand side of the fan, we got our main harness input and 10 amp fuse here. We have our aux input. Now, since it's on the back, you may want to either get an extension or a relocation kit, whatever you like to utilize that aux input. We have our 5 volts, 1.5 amp USB input to charge your device. Utilize Apple CarPlay, plug-in thumb drives, multiple things there. In case you have the iData Link Maestro option, and if your car is compatible with it, that harness adapter will plug into this slot here, essentially keeping some of your factory features in your car if it's so equipped, such as climate controls and such. Now we have our satellite radio input. We have our steering wheel control input, or the WR input. In case you have factory steering wheel controls, you can plug them in there. And then we have our mic input. Alright, so we went ahead and got our radio all set up. Let's go ahead and give a boot up here demo. This is running off our test bench. If you want to see what our test bench consists of, we'll throw a link down in the description for you. It's where we test most of our gear here in the shop. Now, just like previous models in the past, you'll start with your language setting. Now, of course, you have two different modes upon startup, especially your initial startup, your standard mode is just like basically any other radio, where there's really no difference. It's just a standard setup with your front and your rear speakers. Now, if you do network mode, it allows you to customize your speaker outputs on your radio, where you can either set up your rear speakers as a mini sub output, or you can set up your rears as your fronts, and then the fronts as tweeters. Many different ways to set it up. If you don't know what to use the standard mode. Every time you boot up, this is going to be here, just FYI. Here is the new refined Pioneer home screen. The cool thing with this home screen, it'll pop up if your phone has it installed. You'll have the AppRadio information as well as your CarPlay once we get that all set up. Now, on your main home screen here, you have your radio, disc, Bluetooth audio, your Pandora, and then all your other sources here. You'll also have a quick drop-down source list. It's pretty smooth. You can power off totally as if you're turning off the key, or you can just turn all sources off so music no longer plays. You got your aux, your iPod/USB input. Spotify and Pandora are built in. You'll need those apps on your phone for those functionality to work. You have your Bluetooth audio and your main HD radio. Let's go ahead and check out our other features. Now, these are the main 4 that are on your home screen. Now, of course, you have Spotify, you have your iPod USB control. Now, if equipped, if you have the XM tuner, this icon will illuminate, allowing you to use XM radio. You have your aux, you have your AV input. Now, you have your car sources and features. This, if you remember, like I mentioned, if you have the iDataLink Maestro, that's how you'll activate and use some of your factory car features. But if you don't use the iDataLink Maestro and or your car is not equipped with it, these will not be available. Camera view, you can turn that on to jump into your rear view camera view without actually being in reverse. Turn off all sources and you power off. Okay, so we plugged in our iPhone here. What it's going to do is it's going to read the iPhone. Now, generally speaking, if the CarPlay feature has already been enabled on your iPhone, it'll automatically boot up when you plug your phone in. Now, make sure you unlock your phone when you plug that in. Doing so will take you to the main home screen. It's kind of a little bright there for you. Sorry about that. Essentially here, set up just like the phone itself. This unit has the Apple CarPlay available type of apps. The maps available are your actual Apple maps. Of course, you have your main layout here. You can swipe, and we have Pandora and Spotify. You'll need to have these apps installed on your phone for them to show up on the screen itself. Now, here on the left-hand side, you'll see the quick navigation to recent apps used on the phone, so you can navigate back and forth without going to the main home button every time. As you notice, here is your main home button. That'll always take you back to the screen, regardless of where you're at. Now, the Now Playing button will show you exactly what was just recently playing, regardless of the source, as long as it's playing from your iPhone itself. When you hit that home button, it'll take you back to the main home screen every single time. Now, like I said, these quick navigation, you can go back and forth. Here are the navigation features, just like the Apple Maps. Cool thing is, you can basically get your marked destinations, your favorite destinations, your recent destinations. You can use Siri to activate a certain address or location that you want to go to. Really, you never have to touch your phone. Now, of course, you'll see your messages and the number of notifications that will also show on the phone itself. You got your phone here. When you click on the phone, it's going to immediately ask you who you want to call, but if you don't respond, or you can hit show contacts, it'll go over to your favorites. And I mean, you've got your keypad, your voicemail. Very, very similar setup as the actual iPhone itself. So that is Apple CarPlay in a nutshell. Like I said, we are running iOS 11 on this unit itself. So far, it hasn't really been buggy at all. We like it. iOS 11 from when this video was filmed just came out about a month ago. So far we like it. Really, it's about the same as iOS 10 with CarPlay. Some of the apps look a little bit different. Everything's been kind of cleaned up and refined and just looks a little bit different. But other than that, about the functionality is the same if you're running iOS 10. So just remember, you can always jump back out of CarPlay by hitting that home button, and that CarPlay logo will show there as well. Well, that's it, guys. Hopefully you like this video on our new Apple CarPlay unit from Pioneer. If you want to go ahead and pick one of these up, check the description. We'll have a link for you. It'll be specifically to the Sonic Electronics link to their site where you can pick one of these up yourself. Now, be sure when you check out, use coupon code ProvoBeast to save some cash when you purchase this. And other than that, thanks for watching, and we will certainly see you in the next video. Have a great day.